I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people.
You meaning record company guys sit around and tell the artists, this is hot, say that, do this. We're gonna have this guy write the lyrics.
All right, let's dive into this explosive topic. Because things are getting wild in the world of hip-hop and Hollywood, you thought you knew the players, the game, and all the moves, but it turns out there's a whole lot going on behind the scenes that's only now coming to light. The question everyone's asking is, what's really going on with Jay-Z, Beyonce, and their longtime connection to Diddy?
Now you got the Diddy situation where he jumps on a private jet, they say yesterday, and is on his way to the Cape Verde Islands.
Now, we all know Diddy has been at the center of some pretty serious accusations lately. It's no secret that his arrest has shaken the entertainment industry to its core. But what if it's more than just Diddy? What if there are deeper ties here? Connections that involve some of the biggest names in music, Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's hard not to wonder if the couple has been helping to cover for Diddy, hiding his secrets and protecting their own. And the person pulling back the curtain on all of this? Ice Cube?
That I'm not part of the club.
Let's start by looking at how Ice Cube, one of the most respected figures in hip-hop, has managed to keep himself out of the shady dealings of the so-called elite circle in Hollywood and the music industry. Cube has been around for decades. He's seen things, heard things, and yet he's always been that guy who stayed out of the mess. But now, with Diddy's world crumbling, Ice Cube has stepped up to share what he's known for a long time, revealing shocking truths about the ties between Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyonce.
I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with.
To really get into this, we've got to start with Diddy's arrest and what it represents. It's not just about one man's downfall. His arrest symbolizes the crumbling of a system that's been in place for years, where power, influence, and money allowed people to get away with almost anything. Hip-hop, which used to be all about traditional masculinity, success, money, talent, and building a legacy, has been tarnished by these revelations of vice and exploitation. And now, it seems like the empire is starting to collapse, with Diddy being the first domino to fall.
Clients describe NBC as hell, as the worst conditions they've been in.
As Diddy's situation unfolds, questions are swirling about the people who have been by his side all these years. Jay-Z and Beyonce, two of the most powerful figures in the industry, have long been seen as part of the same circle. With Diddy facing all these accusations, many are wondering if Jay-Z and Beyonce have played a role in covering up his misdeeds to protect not only their friend, but their own image as well. After all, the entertainment industry is all about connections. And when one powerful figure goes down, it's only a matter of time before others are implicated. And this is where Ice Cube's insights come in.
Did they work with artists?
Did they manipulate you?
No. I'm an independent artist.
Cube has never been part of that club. You know, the inner circle that seems untouchable, the one that controls everything from behind the scenes. And while he's kept his distance, he's also been watching, seeing things that the rest of us never knew about. Now, he's starting to speak up, calling out not only Diddy, but Jay-Z and Beyonce as well. Ice Cube isn't just some guy throwing around wild accusations. He's someone who's been in the industry long enough to know what's really going on.
And when you see, there's no artist, let me be clear, there's no artist in this industry that's doing major numbers with these platforms that haven't sold their soul.
Now, let's rewind the clock and look at the history between Jay-Z and Diddy, because this relationship goes way back. In the early days, it seemed like these two were just friends and business partners. But as more details come to light, their relationship starts to look a little darker. Over the years, Diddy and Jay-Z have been seen together at countless industry events, and their bond was seen as a sign of mutual respect between two of hip-hop's most powerful figures. But now, that bond is raising some serious questions. Were they just friends, or was there more going on behind the scenes?
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in.
To understand this, we have to go back to a time when Jay-Z was still making his way to the top. Let's talk about his rivalry with 50 Cent, a beef that started in the late 90s. It wasn't just a casual rivalry. This was about who would be crowned the king of New York. Diss tracks flew back and forth, threats were made, and tensions were high. But something interesting happened when Jay-Z and 50 Cent collaborated on a remix of I Get Money featuring both Diddy and Jay-Z. There are rumors that during the making of that track, 50 uncovered some disturbing truths about both Diddy and Jay-Z, which ultimately made him take a step back.
After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed, right?
People who have been paying attention have long speculated that there's more to Jay-Z's rise to power than just his talent and business acumen. It's no secret that the entertainment industry is cutthroat, but some of the things Jay-Z has allegedly done to maintain his power are truly shocking. Let's start with his relationships with women. Over the years, there have been numerous rumors about Jay-Z manipulating younger women, starting with Foxy Brown.
Still say allegedly, has done things and allegedly participated in a lot of things that the public would not be happy to know.
When Jay-Z first started working with Foxy, she was young, and there were rumors that their relationship went beyond just business. Some reports suggest that Jay-Z paid her off to keep their affair quiet, and these rumors were seemingly backed up by his former business partner, Dame Dash. Now, Dame and Jay-Z go way back. They built Rockefeller Records together, and for years they were inseparable. But things started to sour between them, and one of the reasons for their split, according to Dame, was Jay-Z's questionable behavior when it came to women.
Celebrity couple. We were never a celebrity couple. We were a couple who just happened to be celebrities.
That's beautiful.
Like real people.
Yeah.
Dame Dash has been pretty vocal about his issues with Jay-Z, especially when it comes to Jay's refusal to cut ties with R. Kelly. After R. Kelly's behavior was exposed, many expected Jay-Z to distance himself from the disgraced artist. But instead, Jay doubled down, collaborating with Kelly on their joint album, The Best of Both Worlds. This decision didn't sit well with Dame Dash, who was dating Ellie at the time and who had seen firsthand the damage Kelly had done to her. Dame was disgusted by Jay's decision to continue working with Kelly, and it was one of the key factors that led to their falling out.
By the way, wasn't this all around the time when Aaliyah
Yeah.
and Beyonce's solo career was struggling?
The parallels between Jay-Z's behavior and Diddy's treatment of women are hard to ignore. Diddy's relationship with Cassie is a prime example. He started dating her when she was just 19, promising her the world, but instead he seemed to derail her career and manipulate her personal life. Jay-Z's alleged relationship with Foxy Brown mirrors this, as does his interest in Aaliyah. Aaliyah was young, talented, and beautiful, and Jay-Z reportedly pursued her relentlessly, even sending her flowers and inviting her to his exclusive parties. But unlike Foxy and Cassie, Aaliyah didn't give in to Jay's advances. She turned him down time and time again.
A rising star in the world of music and film. Reaction today after Aaliyah and 8 others were killed and their plane went down.
Unfortunately, Aaliyah's story has a tragic ending. As most of you know, she passed away in a plane crash in 2001, a loss that shook the entire music industry. But ever since her passing, rumors have swirled about whether her demise was truly an accident. Some have suggested that powerful figures in the industry, including Diddy and R. Kelly, were involved in her untimely demise. According to these theories, Aaliyah didn't want to get on that plane and was allegedly sedated before being placed on board.
They were having a hard time taking her solo. And then Aaliyah.
These rumors might sound far-fetched to some, but when you start connecting the dots, things get even more suspicious. After Aaliyah rejected Jay-Z's advances, he turned his attention to someone else, Beyonce. Beyonce was young, just like Aaliyah, Foxy, and Cassie, when Jay-Z first showed interest in her. In an interview with Charlie Rose, Jay-Z even admitted that he met Beyonce when she was 16 but waited until she was 18 before pursuing her romantically. But some people, like Beyonce's former bodyguard Uncle Ron, believe there's more to the story.
I'ma tell everybody about Big L, Sean.
Big L?
I would just rather do it on the stand, Sean.
According to Uncle Ron, Jay-Z didn't just wait until Beyonce was of age to pursue her. He also introduced her to certain substances to make her more pliable and easier to control. This allegation is eerily similar to what Cassie has said about Diddy, who allegedly gave her things that took over her life and made her dependent on him. Both stories paint a picture of powerful men using their influence to manipulate and control younger women, raising serious concerns about what really goes on behind closed doors in the entertainment industry.
It was the ultimate high society scandal, the beatdown of one of New York's most famous bad boy rappers by a woman.
Uncle Ron didn't stop there. He also claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce have used some pretty shady tactics to climb to the top. One of the most shocking claims is that Beyonce played a role in ending Keri Hilson's career. For those who don't remember, Keri Hilson was an up-and-coming artist who had a lot of promise, but her career seemed to stall after she made a comment about Beyonce. According to Uncle Ron, Beyonce didn't take that comment lightly and allegedly used her power and connections to blacklist Keri from the industry, effectively ending her career before it really took off.
This is what I look for. When I see a success, I'm looking for anything
to say that they didn't do it on their own?
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine that someone as powerful as Beyonce would need to resort to such tactics. But in the cutthroat world of Hollywood, anything is possible. As Uncle Ron put it, Beyonce and Jay-Z have stepped on many people to get where they are today, and they're not afraid to take out anyone who threatens their reign at the top. So, we've already touched on Jay-Z's shady dealings and the shocking claims from Ice Cube, Uncle Ron, and Dame Dash. But things get even darker when we start talking about Kathy White. Kathy White, you probably remember, was reportedly involved with Jay-Z back in the early 2010s. And this relationship wasn't just a quick fling. It's said to have serious consequences that went way beyond what anyone could have imagined.
No, this part is not alleged. Jay-Z and his team, they have been ducking and dodging taking the DNA test.
Let's set the scene here. Kathy White was a friend of Claudia Jordan from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. She wasn't someone who was in the public eye constantly, but once rumors began circulating that she was romantically linked to Jay-Z, things took a turn. According to multiple reports, Kathy was pregnant with Jay-Z's child. Imagine how much chaos that could have caused if the story broke, especially considering Jay was married to Beyonce at the time, and they were seen as the ultimate power couple. They had an image to protect, a spotless one. So when Kathy suddenly passed away, questions immediately arose.
But what I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time.
Officially, Kathy's cause of passing was reported as a brain aneurysm. But let's be real for a second. When something like this happens, in the world of entertainment, especially when it's linked to a major celebrity, conspiracy theories start swirling fast. And in Kathy's case, they didn't just fade away quietly. Rumors began flying that there was more to her passing than what was being reported. Some people even speculated that her tragic demise might have been a cover-up, with insiders claiming there were suspicious circumstances surrounding her sudden end.
But after that major documentary comes out on Diddy, then you're going to start to hear more and more about Jay-Z and his nefarious past.
Hollywood Street King, one of the outlets that broke the story, reported that Kathy had been in touch with Jay-Z shortly before her passing. According to them, Kathy allegedly threatened to expose their relationship to the public unless Jay-Z paid her a hefty amount of money to stay quiet. She was said to be ready to reveal everything about their affair, about her pregnancy, everything that would have shattered Jay-Z's carefully crafted image as the faithful husband of Queen Bee.
You can be in love with someone. You can love someone and if you haven't experienced love and you don't understand it and you don't have the tools to move forward, then you're gonna have complications.
But here's where things get even sketchier. Just days after Beyonce announced that she was expecting her first child with Jay-Z, Kathy White passed away. The timing was almost too convenient, and people couldn't help but wonder if Kathy's passing had been orchestrated to keep her quiet for good. It's like something out of a Hollywood thriller, too many pieces falling into place at exactly the right moment. Some say that Kathy had been silenced to protect Jay-Z's reputation and keep his image clean as Beyonce's devoted husband.
Ain't nobody around to tell them what to do, and they just get to act a fool. Free Beyonce. She a prisoner.
To make things even more mysterious, an unnamed NYPD detective allegedly confirmed that Kathy's passing wasn't as straightforward as it seemed. While the official cause was reported as a brain aneurysm, this detective claimed that the toxicology report and autopsy revealed something more sinister was at play. But of course, nothing ever came of it. These things have a way of disappearing when powerful people are involved. Now, think about this for a second. If Jay-Z was really involved in Kathy's passing, that opens up a whole new can of worms. It shows just how far he'd be willing to go to protect his image and his legacy. And we're not just talking about covering up an affair here. We're talking about keeping his entire empire intact. With Beyonce by his side, they're basically untouchable, but Kathy's story is a dark reminder that not everything is as picture perfect as it seems.
All appears calm and normal until Solange Knowles, Beyonce's sister, lunges at her brother-in-law.
And Kathy White's story isn't the only one casting a shadow over Jay-Z's legacy. Over the years, more and more people have come forward with stories about Jay-Z's shady behavior, and one of the loudest voices has been Jaguar Wright. Now, if you're not familiar with Jaguar, she's a singer who worked with Jay-Z back in the early 2000s, most notably performing on his MTV Unplugged album. But Jaguar's ties to Jay-Z go way beyond just music. She's been speaking out for years about the things she's seen and heard in the industry, and her claims about Jay-Z are downright disturbing.
We kept it on the low because I was young.
You didn't know that, Sean.
Jaguar has gone on record to say that Jay-Z's rise to fame wasn't just the result of hard work and talent. According to her, Jay-Z was involved in some pretty dark stuff behind the scenes, including connections to some unsolved tragedies. One of the most shocking claims she's made involves the passing of rapper Big L. Now, for those who don't know, Big L was an up-and-coming rapper in the 90s, and his life was tragically cut short in 1999. His case remains unsolved, and many people believe that his passing was part of a larger conspiracy involving some of the biggest names in hip-hop.
Jay-Z was the last person to see Big L alive.
Jaguar has hinted that Jay-Z might have been connected to Big L's tragedy, suggesting that Jay had ties to people who were willing to take out anyone who stood in the way of his rise to the top. Now, whether or not this is true is up for debate, but But the fact that Jaguar is willing to come forward with these allegations says a lot about what really goes on behind closed doors in the music industry. She's been a vocal critic of the entire system, calling out people like Diddy and Jay-Z for their roles in exploiting others to maintain their power.
And somewhat, some social engineering going on here to make sure those prisons stay full. Now,
but Jaguar's accusations don't stop there. She's also claimed that Jay-Z has been a regular at Diddy's infamous freak-off parties, events that are now under investigation for serious allegations, including trafficking. According to Jaguar, these parties were more than just wild Hollywood events. They were places where some of the most powerful people in the industry would gather and engage in highly questionable behavior. And here's the kicker. Jaguar claims that these parties weren't just for fun. They were allegedly used as leverage to blackmail celebrities into doing things they otherwise wouldn't do, ensuring their loyalty to the inner circle of Hollywood's elite.
That's, of course. There's layers upon layers. When you get into these conspiracy theories, man, they never end. They never end. There's just layers upon layers upon layers.
It's important to remember that Diddy's arrest isn't just about one man's misdeeds. The entire system is being scrutinized, and as more information comes to light, it's becoming clear that Diddy wasn't operating alone. The entertainment industry has long been plagued by rumors of exploitation, manipulation, and abuse of power, and people like Ice Cube, Jaguar Wright, and even 50 Cent are starting to pull back the curtain. And as they do, the focus is shifting from just Diddy to other major players, including Jay-Z.
We actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
50 Cent, always one to stir the pot, has been vocal about his suspicions regarding Jay-Z's involvement in some of these scandals. Recently, 50 announced that he's working on a documentary aimed at exposing the truth about Diddy and the people who have enabled him for years. And while the documentary is primarily focused on Diddy's shady dealings, 50 has hinted that Jay-Z's name might come up as well. In fact, 50 posted a meme of Jay-Z's on a milk carton with the caption suggesting that Jay-Z has been dodging questions about his connection to Diddy. 50 Cent isn't one to make baseless claims, and if he's suggesting that Jay-Z has something to hide, people are going to listen. Fans have been quick to point out that while Diddy is facing the consequences of his actions, Jay-Z seems to be flying under the radar. But for how long? As more information comes to light, it's becoming harder to ignore the fact that Jay-Z might be involved in some of the same shady activities as Diddy. What's also interesting is how the public reacts to these revelations. There's been a lot of outrage over Diddy's actions, but when it comes to Jay-Z, the reaction has been more muted. Some people have even pointed out the hypocrisy in how certain celebrities are treated. Take Nicki Minaj, for example. Her husband's past has been a hot topic of conversation for years, and she's faced significant backlash because of it. But when it comes to Jay-Z and his alleged misdeeds, it seems like people are more willing to turn a blind eye. Why is that?
Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over?
It could be because of Jay-Z's influence and power in the industry. Let's not forget, he's one of the wealthiest people in the music world, and his connections run deep. He's worked with everyone from Ye to Rihanna to Justin Timberlake, and his partnership with Beyonce has only solidified his place at the top. But with that kind of power comes scrutiny, and it's becoming clear that Jay-Z might not be as untouchable as he once seemed. There's also been some talk about Jay-Z's identity, both in terms of his influence and his personal life. Recently, there have been rumors circulating about Jay-Z's orientation. Allegedly, Jay has been inspired by the late artist Jean-Michel Basquiat, who is known not only for his groundbreaking art, but also for his complex identity. Basquiat was famously open about who he was, and Jay-Z has referenced him many times throughout his career. In fact, Jay even rapped in his song Picasso Baby that he's the new Jean-Michel. While some fans see this as a simple homage to Basquiat's influence on Jay-Z's artistry, others have speculated that Jay's admiration for Basquiat runs deeper than just surface-level inspiration. Comedian Corey Holcomb recently made headlines when he suggested that Jay-Z might be hiding parts of his identity from the public. These comments have sparked a larger conversation about whether or not Jay-Z has been fully open with his fans about who he really is.
People at the top can manipulate what's going on with the people who are bickering and fighting.
What makes this even more intriguing is that Beyonce seems to be fully aware of Jay-Z's connection to Basquiat. She's even gone as far as buying him a Jean-Michel painting worth millions for his birthday. The couple has also been seen posing in front of Basquiat artwork for a Tiffany & Company campaign, further fueling speculation that there's a deeper connection between Jay-Z and the late artist. But the rumors don't stop at Jay-Z. Even Diddy has faced similar speculations. Back in 2021, Diddy caused a stir when he praised Lil Nas X for his bold performance at the BET Awards, which ended with a passionate kiss between Lil Nas X and a male dancer Diddy took to social media to express his support, but fans quickly began questioning whether Diddy was hinting at something about his own personal life. Diddy eventually deleted the post, but it was too late. The speculation had already taken off, with people urging him to embrace his truth.
If you're a halfway intelligent person, when do you start questioning how lucky some motherfuckers keep getting?
Right.
Diddy's complicated identity isn't a new topic. Over the years, there have been whispers about his private life, including allegations made by former employees of Bad Boy Records who claimed that Diddy had created a hostile work environment. One of the most shocking claims was that Diddy allegedly propositioned a male colleague inappropriately, adding more fuel to the rumors. The truth is, in the world of hip-hop, there's still a lot of stigma surrounding identity. Artists like Frank Ocean, Tyler, the Creator, and Lil Nas X have done a lot to push the boundaries and normalize conversations around orientation, but there's still resistance, especially for artists of Diddy and Jay-Z's generation. The pressure to maintain a specific image can be intense, and it's likely that this is why both Diddy and Jay-Z have faced so much scrutiny over the years.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right?
But here's the thing, whether it's Diddy's questionable parties or Jay-Z's alleged secrets, one thing is clear, the entertainment industry has a serious problem with transparency and accountability. These powerful figures have built their careers on the backs of others, and as more people come forward with their stories, it's only a matter of time before the truth comes out. Diddy's recent arrest might just be the tip of the iceberg. And if Ice Cube, Jaguar, Wright, and 50 Cent have anything to say about it, Jay-Z could be next in line to face the consequences of his actions. So, with all these shocking revelations, the real question is, how deep does this go? Could Jay-Z and Beyonce really have been covering for Diddy all along? And if so, what else might they be hiding? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know what you think about these wild claims. Do you believe Ice Cube's insights? Could this be just the beginning of a bigger industry shakeup? Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this ever-evolving story. See you next time!